this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Well, you may not have known this, Jess, but
Yeah.
it is Fix a Leak Week this morning. It may sound silly to some of you, but personally I know how important it is and how it can save us some serious cash.
That's right, Gail. As you know, I saved some serious cash by fixing the kitchen trap at the Buckley house.
20 years ago.
Okay, a few years ago. Not 20, only 15.
We're here.
But I've been living off that ever since.
Watch out now. Watch out, Frank. Watch out now. We're here with Jimmy Carter of American Leak Detection. You heard Mr. Buckley talk about this last hour. In case you just woke up and you don't know what he's talking about, this is what you missed last hour of Mr. Buckley talking about how he prevented a leak in his kitchen. Look and listen.
Well,
Gail,
and the pool.
Also next
Yes.
hour, I replaced the trap in my kitchen sink once. And would you tell Jimmy in the 8 o'clock hour to tell my wife what a big deal that is and how I should get credit for that, okay?
that is a lot of work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll help
Jimmy.
you, Frank, next hour.
It's a lot of work.
So, Frank, we knew you. Well, Frank, because we knew you wouldn't let it go, we wanted to show people just how much hard work you did.
You're about
this
to
might
see.
get you a little extra romance tonight, too. Okay, so what did Frank have to do?
So what Frank had to do is actually remove everything out from beneath the sink.
Right.
You see
and
there?
disconnect the P-trap underneath here and change all that trap out, which can be very difficult, especially if it has any age to it, because a lot of times it just kind of falls apart.
You tell him,
start
Jimmy.
Removing it to replace it with a new one.
Hey, Jimmy, you had to turn off the water. Otherwise, in the process, water would have been shooting, flying everywhere. Is that
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to be running any water while you're changing out that trap. Otherwise, Frank's going to get wet.
That's right, Jimmy.
Well, that
Thank
gets
you
you some
very
extra
much.
attention tonight, Mr. Buckley?
It'll only take you about 6 hours to fix that trap, too.
Gail, are most of these things
It wouldn't have taken him 6 hours. Yes.
are most of these things
You can hear
that
you.
people like homeowner Frank can do on his own, or do they need to call in a professional?
Probably should have called a professional.
Well, if they're mechanically inclined, they probably can change it out themselves. But if not, American Leak Detection could come in and change something like that and get it taken care of. Like I said, the older it is, the harder it is to change out, because once you start taking all those old pieces apart, they're so deteriorated it falls apart, and you end up spending a lot more time replacing more than what you anticipated at the beginning.
All right, let us give you some information. And because we spent so much time talking about you, Mr. Buckley, there's something we're going to... oh, here we go. Well, there we go. We're going to take you outside a little later this morning because irrigation is a big problem. You want people to check that now as we head into spring, because things probably were corroded again during the cold weather.
Yes. Well, we want to make sure when we're starting to use our irrigation systems again, you get a lot of buildup of molds and stuff like that, or just funguses that's inside the valves because they haven't been used during the rainy season. And sometimes those can actually cause the diaphragm to actually seep past while the sprinkler system is not running. So we'll explain that in here in just a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little later. Let me give you information again. We're with the gentleman from the American Leak Detection Company. Next hour, we're going to show you a device that will show you where leaks are and you cannot see them. Okay?
This
Are you all
Ringy
right,
is a
Frank?
great guy. He is a great fella.
He is, Gail, and thank you. And I just want to defend Mrs. Buckley for a second. You may have fixed the leak 15 years ago, but she gave birth to your sons, 2 of them. So
Well, she gets credit for that.
labor is all I'm going to say.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Along with